Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kati and today I'm going to show you how I set up my health and habit tracker for April. When March started, I was just feeling like something has to change. It just didn't work, it didn't spark joy, and I just needed to change something. And I got some ideas from the channel Thoughts Along Life's Highway. I have seen her like sleep trackers and I have always been like inspired by them, like they look nice. And then when I saw her March setup, I was like, okay, I'm going to try it. I'm doing something similar in my own journal, and I did, and I have like tried it out in March, and now I'm going to show you what I set up for April. I have done a setup video about this journal, so I will link it here, but of course my plans have now already changed. But I still have my cycle tracker here in the beginning, so that hasn't changed. I have 3 boxes for one day, so I can fit 6 months on one page, and this is the setup I need for that. Then this is now what I did for April, and I did something similar for March, but March was like, you can see I started here on the 5th. So I don't have all the stats here, but this was like my first try, and I have now tried to do it like I just start doing it and then I tweak it on the go. So I went March with this, and then I already realized what I want to change, what isn't working, and so on. This is like a bullet journal, so I can change the things like every month now that I have 1 month on one spread. Here I do these numbers with a stencil, and I used this yellow Hobonichi stencil for the dates, and then I used my paper poetry stencil for the month and the year. I used the stencils with a jet stream as usual, and then when I made mistakes I used my Uni Posca white, because I have enjoyed using this for my mistakes because I just can cover them up, wait it for to dry, and then I can write again. And then I wrote with my Platinum Preppy fountain pen. This is the EF Extra Fine, and I have the Platinum Carbon ink here inside. And then this is my gratitude journal setup. So here I use my other fountain pen. This is the Diplomat Magnum, and I have the Zoboku ink here inside, which is now I forgot what it is. It's not bulletproof, but I will put the word here. I could use a highlighter over it, but I like to use it because it's Ahilo quality, or at least close, so I could read my gratitude journal also in the years to come. But here my trackers. This is how it will look in the end, but I prefer going now over what I did for April, because this was like trying things out, and this is now what I want to do in April. So here first I have Zone Out. I use 4 colors to track things, as you can see here. So blue is always the best, green is good, yellow is like and red is bad. So that is my color code in this journal. So in this first one, it's like blue is like I fell asleep like right away, then green is like the normal, yellow is like I was awake for a while, and red could be like I was awake for an hour or 2 and just couldn't fall asleep. Then the next one is sleep, and here I was thinking like good would be like, well, excellent sleep, and well, this, and then green is okay, and yellow then if I woke up in the night and could fall asleep again fast, and red is then if I wake up and stay awake for hours, because I have also those nights that I wake up and just can't fall asleep again until I go sleep on the couch or something like that. And I'm using stats from my Fitbit app, so I get their resting heart rate, and this is something I enjoy watching because my resting heart rate goes on the monthly like this. So it changes, and I think that's interesting, and I'm curious to look if I do breathing exercises or relaxing exercises, if I can affect it. This is the first time that I'm tracking this, so I want to see how it looks here and if I get some nice stats here. And then I have this also from the Fitbit app, the below resting. So I have my resting heart rate, and then it tracks when I'm sleeping how much time I spend below my resting heart rate. And this is something that I feel it in the morning when I have slept well and been there below my resting heart rate. It's like those vigorating sleep, so I feel like refreshed. But some nights my heart rate is like crazy going here, then I know and feel that I'm very stressed and the sleep hasn't been like very good. So these are now something I want to start tracking, or at least try for April how it goes. Then wake up is again like a four-parter, so if it was easy or okay, or like I wouldn't want it to wake up and just keep sleeping. And then sleep score I also get from the Fitbit app, and that's here. So as you can see, I usually get a good sleep score, so over 80 is good. In March I didn't get any excellent, so that would have been blue and over 90. So I have still something to do with my sleep according to Fitbit, but also I don't get any bad results or scores like that would have been under 70 in red. So my sleep is like okay, it's not excellent, it's not bad, it's good. And that is also why I wanted to track something else also, because this is so, it's the same, so I can't like here see anything but what's affecting what. Pain, also a four-parter, so I was thinking blue if I don't have any pain, and green if I have some but it's not affecting how I can live my life. So I could have a small headache or a small neck pain, but I still can do all my everyday things. And then yellow is something if I have pains and it's affecting my everyday life, so maybe I have to do some exercises or stretches or take a break or something. And then red is when I'm very sick and maybe I have to stay in bed for hours or all the day. Here I had it like a three-parter, so I didn't have the blue one, and then I had red like more easily, but now I want to have the red for the days that I'm really sick. And I can say I haven't had those days since the pandemic started. So I just want to have, so it's like very clear if I really am having a bad day. So needing to stay in bed or so. Then I want to track my mood, which I also did here, and that's like very good, good, okay, and bad. And according to myself, I haven't had any like bad days in March. But that's also always tricky for me in these trackers. Like I can have a very bad moment or a very bad hour or something, but I don't want to like put the whole day in the bad category. It maybe ends up then in yellow, or it depends, but I don't know. I just really try to not end up in red in the mood for the whole day. So if something is really like bugging my mind or something, then I just try to do something else, something to cheer me on, or something to take my thoughts away from the disturbing matter. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, that I like aim my thoughts somewhere else, but that is how I do it, because I don't want to end up like feeling that the whole day was bad. And then I track my steps. This is only if I think if I will spend the whole day in bed that I would get a red, because I haven't even thought about what the red would be. But here, if it's over 7,000, I get green, because 7,000 is the number that the research has said is the amount to be healthy. Of course, they have talked about the 10,000, but that only came because it's a nice number. But 7,000 is also enough. That's why 7,000 gives a green one. And then if it's over 10,000, I get blue one, because that's already excellent. And then the other side is more like habit tracking, which I previously had in my planner, but because these all things are mostly like health concerned, so I put them here that I can see how many times in a month I do something. These are all things that I would want to do or could do or should do. So it's so easy to see it. Okay, I really don't do this thing. I really should focus more on doing this thing. So I don't know. I have enjoyed this now. So what I have here: morning pages, yoga, tarot reading, my morning journaling. This is if I go outside. And yes, I want to track that, because I really would like to get outside every day. This is if I'm taking a walk, how many kilometers. This workout is if I have done some other exercises like push-ups, pull-ups, anything else than walking and yoga. This is again something I get from Fitbit, so how many zone minutes I have had in the day. And these I just track here as numbers. Fitbit gives me like I should do them 22 every day, but I haven't been like aiming for a certain number, so I just track them for now. Then, well, I say inbox zero, but I don't reach the bottom of my inbox, like never. My goal is to empty my inbox for 2 minutes, and if I have done that, I get the cross here. Then social, that's if I have been social in the day. I'm an introvert, so that doesn't come easy. So I get a cross if I have been social. Then I track if I have done something nice with my spouse. Then my sugar intake, and that is what I track in my food log. I have different colors here. The silver one is the best, so that's like 0 sugar intake. Then the green one is the next step. Then yellow, then red, and then black. So green is under 10 grams, and yellow was under 25, red is under 50 grams, and then black is like over 50, or I didn't count. So I just want to check that, because I have realized that the more I have sugar intake, and if I eat it every day in sweets, and so it's starting to affect my mind and how I'm feeling. So that's why I really aim to keep it under the 10 grams every day. Then I have still if I'm taking a cold shower and if I'm doing an oil pulling. I just want to track how often I do these. It's like I don't want to forget about these. But this is something, if I come up with something new, I think this cold shower is the first one to go, because that is already such a strong habit. So I think, I don't know, I think I would keep doing it. But on the other hand, if I stop tracking something, it's so easy to stop also doing it, because what you don't see doesn't exist. So that's why I keep it here. And then in the evening, my evening journaling and my evening planning. This is from, I think it was Maria Forleo who said it, and I think it's genius. So dear means drop everything and read. So when I heard that the first time, I fell in love. So now I always write dear, and this is my reading moment in the evening when I read something, how it's in English. If I read something like because of the information, so this is not any novels or anything for fun, this is for to gain knowledge. So I don't even track my novels reading here, what I do before bed, because or in bed, because that is a habit that I really want to do every evening. So I just read a chapter, a few chapters depending of the length, so every evening. So that is such a strong habit because I really want to do it every night, because that helps me to fall asleep. So I don't track that here. And then the last one, which you can see I haven't done very many times in March, is I wrote here meditation, but it's more like it's a breathing exercise that's in Fitbit. So this is for the evenings when my mind and body is like going a little overboard, or like I find it hard to relax. So then I do a breathing exercise, and I should do it every evening because it really helps, but as you see, I haven't done it, but I'm tracking it because I know it helps here with my resting heart rate, and so that's why I think it's important. And then I have my April gratitude pages ready. So I just write a few things because I have only these 2 lines per day. So I write in the morning what I'm grateful for. This is what I did before. And yes, my plan was before to have these like journaling things here, like pull those nice memories, but it's just not working now. So I let it be for now and just focus on this health and habit tracking here and gratitude. And maybe I will set up an totally separate journal for memories journaling. I don't know. It's not working now. So I let it be. Because if I make it like hard on myself or I start to feel bad, then it's not giving me the results or the accountability that I want. So this is in a way accountability for me. So I check that I do the things that I want to do. And this is a Midori B6 Slim notebook, and I have now again counted. So if I keep doing this, that I have only 2 spreads per month, I can fit here until the end of 24. So I can fit 3 years, 22, 23 and 24 in here. But let's see, maybe in May I already want to do something different, but this has now like become my bullet journal in a way, so I can change it every month if I want to. And I think the most important thing is that it works and it keeps me accountable, as I said, so that's why I use it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. See you next week. Bye bye.